Welcome to the day one of the 7-day gut reset challenge. And today we're going to cover what are really causing your gut issues. We'll dive deep into why do you have acid reflux, GERD, LPR, or any of the burning sensation that you feel with, like why you have bloating or any kind of other IBS symptoms, constipation, diarrhea, any of those things. We'll get to the crux of this in today's video. I am Ali, founder and CEO of Gut Regeneration. In the past, I have been through a lot of gut issues, especially acid reflux, bloating, and IBS symptoms. And there was a point where all of these so overwhelmed me, I will always just think about cancer and the bad stuff. And fast forward to now, since I work with so many people with gut issues, I have seen this same mental health issues and gut health issues kind of take people's life. So these are very personal to me. That is why I create all of these videos. This can be a standalone video that you watch to learn more about your gut issues and the kind of things that you can do from here. But the full playlist, the full 7-day gut reset challenge playlist will be in the description down below. You can also watch this video first and then proceed to either watch the video that coming next to it or the one that's prior to it. Coming to gut issues like acid reflux, they have multiple variations that are there. Basically, acid reflux is very simple. You have eaten something and now either liquid or food particles or even some kind of acidic gas is coming up, and now it is giving you all sort of symptoms. Maybe heartburn, maybe you're disturbed by the reflux itself, maybe now you're having the throat issues, a bunch of stuff different for every other people. For me, it was a lot of heartburn, a lot of throat issues, but for other people it can be just the regurgitation that's disturbing them. For the people it can be the vomit that's disturbing themselves. For other people it can be some kind of water brash where they're constantly getting water or a lot of mucus or a lot of spit out of their mouth. So it can be a lot of things. And GERD is basically the acid reflux for long enough time. That's called GERD. LPR is more of the throat issues, the laryngopharyngeal reflux. And the point is, these are not just because of you are having more acid, or these are not just because bad food. These goes much deeper. That's what we're going to cover today, because they are a body wide imbalance. When you are in the thick of it, you might be taking antacid, tums, or some kind of syrups, or even PPI or random supplements, or trying different protocols, and there will be a point where these things won't give you a lot of relief. It's because you don't understand the core of it. You're trying random stuff that won't really work, and even if you're trying a lot of stuff and nothing's working, that means you do not have a system to follow. You don't know what are the exact things that are helping you, and you don't know what are the exact things that are harming you. Those are the things that we are gonna cover in the video for today, and that is something I do for my one-on-one clients. So if you're interested in really working on your gut health and really finding a sustainable way to keep all of these gut issues in remission or also kind of fixing it, I have helped a lot of people done that. You can go ahead on my Instagram, check out the client wins, or you can also book in a call with me to see if I can help you out. And before that, you will have to watch a video that goes over how I help people. So all of those resources, my paid courses and everything else, and also the playlist for this 7-day gut reset challenge, if you're following it one by one, all of these resources will be in the description down below. Now let's come about the real thingy, the LES dysfunction. This is our lower esophageal sphincter, also known as LES muscle, and we have a couple of reasons why this disturbs so much. The number one is it can legit be just weak for a lot of people. Here comes in the previous video, I talked about how genetics and epigenetics. Genetics are the things that you're born with. Epigenetics are the things that you interact with, your environment, your food, your emotions, the people around you, those kind of things. So number one, a lot of people, including me and you, will be born with a lower esophageal sphincter that's kind of on the weak end of the spectrum. Now expose ourselves to the other factors, which can be a diet that is not gut friendly, an environment that is not gut friendly, or chronic stress. All of these really act on our genetic condition and make it 10 times worse. So this is the primary thing that we are looking at for acid reflux. This is a valve, as you can see, on the top of our stomach, and this thing is not closing properly. There can be multiple reasons why it's not closing properly, why it's weak. Let's talk about why it's weak first. The main reason why it can be weak is because it's simply a muscle. And with this muscle, we'll have our surrounding diaphragm. Diaphragm is the big muscular like flap that helps us breathe in the first place. So that thing can be weak. These LES muscles can be weak itself. And now coming to the fact, like, why are they weak? What's in your diet that's missing? It can be like you are not absorbing all the nutrients from your diet. That can be the first thing. You might be having a lot of indigestion, a lot of bloating, a lot of burps, a lot of digestive issues. That means you're not digesting your food well. If you're not digesting your food well, that means you are also not absorbing all the nutrients and vitamins from your meals. So this is where, if you also take PPI, proton pump inhibitor, like omeprazole, lansoprazole, esomeprazole, or even Tums, all of these work to decrease your acid, and all of these can even cause more digestive issue. So you might already now understand, if you're trying PPI or some kind of medications, they are a gateway into this paradox, into this loop, where you'll be keep on just spinning around with the symptoms forever, endlessly. That's what I did for 10 years, and that's what I also help my clients to get out of. So over here, the reason why it's weak is you're not absorbing your food. But how do you absorb your food? That will be to first help you really digest your food better. If the food that you're eating right now is not digesting well, that means you'll have to switch to food that you can digest in a better way. It can be trying out different veggies. It can be trying out, let's say, if you're eating rice and that's not digesting well, maybe switching to something else that you can digest better. For some people, oats will be better. For some people, brown rice will be better. For some people, quinoa will be better. These are the things you'll have to find on your own. I help my clients, but you can also do it yourself. Try a bunch of stuff. Something will work for you. And the moment you find something's working for you, keep on going that direction. Over here, there are a few more things that you can do to kind of boost your digestion and stuff. You can start some kind of digestive enzyme. There's a lot. You can do your own research and find the best one for you. So you can do that. That will help you digest your meals. And now you'll have your nutrients. And now this thing will slowly and slowly recover and strengthen. But apart from nutrients, another thing that you will need is amino acids. And amino acids come from lean protein. I work with a lot of vegan, a lot of vegetarian friends, a lot of vegetarian clients, and they lack one key nutrient, which is the amino acid. If you're a vegetarian, there's a huge chance you will be lacking a lot of amino acid or protein in your diet. Dal, soya chunks, paneer, these are not enough. And sometimes dal or paneer, these are the things that will cause more bloating and indigestion. So that's really bad. So you might look into some kind of vegan protein powder. That is something you can look into. That will give you some kind of boost. But again, start it slowly. Not in a lot. Just start slowly over there. Build a meal that is easy to digest and that is nutritious. And now if you're missing some of the other vitamins, go do some testing, find which vitamins you're deficient in. B vitamins is something that people will be deficient in if they're not digesting properly. So you might want to test that, get some B vitamin thing. Vitamin D is another thing that a lot of people will be, really down at, and that really regulates our mood, our emotions, and also our gut health a lot. So do check them. So those were the things why it's weak. So we now have given our low estrogen spincher the nutrients it needs. Now you'll have to give it some kind of stimulus, which can be you can doing some kind of exercise to kind of strengthen it. There are some breathing exercise. Again, I'll link some of it in the description down below. You can go check it out. Or if I forget to link, just go ahead and search in my YouTube channel. You will find some breathing exercise that you can do. So that will help you relax, calm down, switch into a rest and digest mode, and also help you strengthen this area. So that goes in for the weakness part of it, but it also can be dysregulated. Dysregulated means it is not opening and closing when it should. It is now opening and closing at its own will. And this will happen if you are taking a lot of stress. Again, this is something I heard from my doctors, just stress less. I used to hear this term a lot. So you can't just stress less. There can be a lot of things you can do, and you'll have to really find out how you can minimize your stress and how you can also strengthen yourself so that the stress is not affecting you. I help my clients again with all of these. If you want to work with me one-on-one, you can check the video in the description down below and you will find the ways to work with me. And I'll also link a lot of paid courses down below that I'm currently working at. So once they're out, you can also check them out to exactly do what I'm kind of meaning over here. But in this short video, I can't cover everything, but you can do your own research to kind of lower the stress, work on the things that will help you strengthen your body so that the stress is not affecting you. So that is another thing that happens. But apart from it, there are few other medical conditions that I have seen some of my clients with. One of them will be this thingy, acalcia, and here this kind of lower cell sphincter, instead of relaxing over here, it's the opposite. It's like too tight right now, and that also gives a lot of acid reflux. Some people will have hiatal hernia. I also had this hiatal hernia, the sliding one. Over time, if you manage to take away your lower abdominal pressure, the hernia sometimes goes down, goes away. That is what happened to me with a lot of people. With hernia also, you are supposed to follow the similar instructions that I gave you previously, but this is kind of a structural error. A lot of people will think surgery fixes it, but no, surgery doesn't fix it. If you just fix it surgically, push this hernia down, and now the stomach pressure rises again, it will just pop back in right into place. So surgery doesn't fix it. Yeah, you can get the surgery done, and if you follow the all the things, it will not come back up. But naturally, there's a possibility that it can be done. But yeah, surgery alone, that doesn't fix it. So these are the reasons of the lower cerebral sphincter that can be weak, that will give rise to all the acid reflux symptoms, heartburn, throat issues where you are getting a lot of throat burn, throat constriction, feeling something in your throat, a lot of mucus, a lot of coughing. Those will be there. But apart from these things, there's one more crucial thing, is lower abdominal pressure. Over here, if you come here, if you have a lot of lower abdominal pressure, it can come from bloating, constipation, doing wrong exercises, breathing in a wrong way, wearing very tight clothes and stuff, not having proper motility, or even weird kind of gut nerves that are kind of very sensitive. All of these can cause a lot of pressure in your abdomen. And now all of these will give rise to the reflux. And these can also and often will be, it will come together with IBS symptoms, which are your bloating, constipation, diarrhea kind of thingy, and the stomach pains and stuff. And all of these also makes the reflux worse. All of these will again have their own stem in a weak nervous system, a dysregulated nervous system, or the kind of food that you are eating, or the kind of environment you are in, or kind of habits you have. A lot of bad habits, a lot of bad eating habits. There can be alcohol kind of thingy, there can be smoking. All of these things really ruin everything. So you might also want to take a look at that. And now coming to the real thing, the gut brain axis. This is the most crucial thing. I work with so many people. Probably I've talked to thousands of people one to one, and have worked with hundreds of people. In most people, around 70 to 80% of them, they will have this issue, a flight or fight issue, where they will be in this constant stress of, hey, is my gut issues gonna worsen from here? Hey, am I gonna get cancer? Am I gonna die from this? That those are the exact thing that used to run in my own head. I used to be so scared that at night I couldn't sleep, because I'll think I'm gonna die at night sleeping because of the intense burning, or even from cancer or heart attack, god knows what. So this is the kind of issue we are again dealing with. So you might want to take a look at some kind of therapy from professionals. Again, I'm not a therapist, not a psychiatrist, obviously, but I do help my client with a lot of protocols. So if you're a client, I would be already helping you with. And in this 7 days gut reset challenge, I'll put in more videos that will kind of work on this exact thingy. Like, what are the steps you can take from here? But starting from today, you can take a look at some of the breathing exercise to calm yourself down, or some of the other exercise that will calm you down, or even going to some professional, some therapist, some psychiatrist, to really work on your own mind. Because this thing is a very nasty thing. Your own thoughts can harm you a lot. So these are the three main things that I wanted to talk about. Really, the stress response, the internal inflammation that we discussed earlier, either from eating or the other stuff that we talked just a little bit ago, and also the kind of eating patterns like binge eating, overeating, emotional eating, and eating bad stuff, eating stuff that is still giving you issues, all of these things. So yeah, right now you can feel like your body is broken and stuff, but I'll say it's not broken, it's just overwhelmed. If you're struggling with too so much, you're struggling and struggling and struggling, you probably are doing too much. That is the thing. You might be eating stuff thinking it is helping you, but it's actually giving you symptoms. You might be taking a lot of supplements. You might have been to a lot of doctors who couldn't help you. So you're actually doing a lot. You need to do less. You need to follow a simple plan, a simple diet, all the things that you've learned from here. I really want you to take action on. I want you to create a notebook. I also told you in the last video, if you've watched, or if you're watching this first video, please maintain a notebook of all the things you have learned. And the first step, always, in the last video, I also told, this video, I'll also tell, you have to be aware. Over time, try to switch into thinking like, hey, what I'm doing right now. Like right now, I'm so aware, I can hear my AC. I can kind of feel the light in my skin. This would sound weird, but there will be a time when you can come to this position where every action you are so hyper aware that you won't do any bad stuff. So that kind of thing needs to be there. Like whatever you are eating, you must be aware, like, hey, I'm eating this, am I eating too fast, am I eating this thing that is not good for me? You'll have to be aware of your own habits. So that is one thing you'll have to work on. Some kind of visualization exercise help. First thing in the morning, get up and try to imagine a bad habit that you still have, and try to run yourself through it, and try to imagine doing the right things instead. So those kind of things will help a lot. So right now I'll ask you to maintain something like a food diary. From this video, whatever you learned, kind of jot things down, whatever you learned, and based on that, maintain a food diary of what are the food that are triggering your issues and what are the things that you can switch to. Again, I'll ask you to watch this entire video again, really take notes from there and kind of switch to the foods that would rather help you, and all the little tips I gave you throughout the video, and really try to find out what's missing. I told you about a lot of vitamin mineral testing. Try to find out what's missing. It can also be a schedule that's really off. We'll talk a lot in this gut reset challenge about all of these in much more detail, but for now I want you to give this thing, try to eat something every 3 hours. And every 3 hours, that eating something should not be a snack, it should be a good moderate light meal that will nourish you. Try to do that. Make sure that meal has good amount of amino acids or protein, some good fiber, some fats, and gut friendly food in general. And these are the exact things we'll talk from here forth, from day 2 all the way up to day 7. We'll be talking about these exact things. So please drop a subscribe if you haven't already. Drop down your thoughts in the comment section. The next video will be right here if it's already uploaded, and if it's not, just wait for tomorrow, it will be there. And I'll also try to kind of put all of these in a nice little playlist. So you'll find the full playlist link in the description down below. Go check it out, go watch the entire thing, and now you can watch the video next where we'll go in much more detail. And if you want to check out any of the paid courses, want to work one-on-one with me, all of those will be also in the description down below.